Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of August 12th. Before we get started, let's thank the Patreon supporters. We have Mario Casillas, RetPallyRocks, Nick Rada, Peter Burnham, and our newest person, RetSpecOps, our first Orange Parse patron. Thank you guys so much for that support. I appreciate it very, very much. Now, let's hop in and talk about what's going on in the game this week, and we have the beginning of the season. Before we talk more about that, let's just talk about a little bit of stuff going on. There isn't much going on. The Winds of Mysterious Fortune does end finally. That's the experience and reputation stuff. There's a free t-shirt day later on in the week. But the biggest things, of course, and there isn't really much else to talk about. The PvP brawl does exist. Warsong scramble. If you want to do that, maybe you want to get honor, the season starting and stuff like that. But of course, the biggest thing is the Mythic Plus season. Technically, the PvP season starting as well. And then, of course, the raid opening. So Manaforge Omega opens up on Raid Finder and all their difficulties. Go ahead and opening up, and you can step in there and experience the new raid. I'm not sure how I'm going to experience it this tier, not having a guild to experience it with. Maybe some people from my old guild will be running it. Maybe they will be doing, inviting extra people to their new guild's heroic run. I have no idea. But I'm going to try to get into the raid and do it on some sort of difficulty, whether that's a normal pug or whatever, and just try to get in and just to do it, just to experience it. Like, I'm going to kill it. I'm sure I'm going to get AOTC at some point. I'm sure I'll pug some mythic bosses or something at some point. We'll see where it goes. But I would like to get something in on the first day just to do it. We'll also have Mythic Plus opening up. So that's where I will be spending most of my time this tier, since that's what I have available to do for the most part. And of course, delves and stuff, but that's not really, doesn't quite give the eye level gear that I'm looking for. So I'll be doing a lot of Mythic Plus, and I'll be pushing that probably most of the day that I can be online at least. And, we have that opening up. We have the new Echo Dome Aldani as a new in the Mythic Plus rotation. We have Talzavesh. An interesting thing to talk about here is Talzavesh. Talzavesh hard mode, it's always on hard mode. If you do it with no deaths, you actually get myth track items. So this is going to be very hard to pug, but nevertheless, if you can do Talzavesh on with no deaths on it, and it is the hard mode version of it, then you actually get myth track items, which is pretty cool. And it's a non-timed way to do it. If you take your time and do every pull perfectly, I mean, in theory, you could literally do every pull with Bloodlust and just take your time and do it. In theory, I think. I'm not sure if there's like a way to prevent that, but that is an interesting thing for players to do. I love when there's just different ways to do stuff. That's what I love. I love just when there's different ways to do stuff. It makes it very more interesting to me. Obviously, we have the Delve season starting up. I recently did this. I'm actually in the room right now with Casillas. Recently did this. I did a guide for this for Rat Paladin. I did the actual gameplay video. If you just want to see the gameplay video, you can do this as well to get gear. You can do other, delves give you now those the highest ranked crests now if you do the highest ranked delves. So there's all kinds of ways to get gear, and they're all challenging in their own way, in my opinion. And I like that. I like that you can do like a hard mode dungeon with no deaths, and you can get really good gear for doing that. That's pretty cool to me. So I like all this different types of content. PvP wise, I probably won't be partaking very much this season. I did the rated battleground video and my WoW PvP. I still think WoW PvP can be fun, but they're never going to do the things needed to make it even competitively fun with other things, in my opinion. So I probably won't be taking part in that. Maybe I'll venture into solo shuffle where I've at least had success before. But yeah, probably a lot of Mythic Plus dungeons for me. Personally, we had a little bit of tuning yesterday before the patch goes live. I don't think we'll get tuning today other than like raid tuning or something if something's impossible or too easy or whatever. Usually they don't make anything too easy anymore, but if something's impossible, maybe something getting tuned down. We'll see where the day takes us. Obviously, there's a lot of possible news coming from that. Race to World First, I'll be following that. I don't do like huge Race to World First updates, but I will be mentioning it in the This Week in WoW videos. Unless something huge happens or monumental happens, of course, I will, of course, cover that. Next week is kind of a big week as well because there's Gamescom going on next week. We're going to get all kinds of midnight reveals. I'll probably have all sorts of videos to do about that. More housing updates, a new trailer, supposedly. Hopefully it's a new trailer. It would be kind of lame if it ends up being like one that we've already seen. like a release trailer coming out at Gamescom. So I'll be covering that as well. I might do the time that they're releasing it. I might actually be able to be on, and I might do a live stream even of my reaction to the Gamescom stuff. So maybe I'll do that. So next Tuesday, possibly I will go live here on YouTube probably and do a reaction to that. We will see. I'm not sure if I'll do that, but it's definitely something I'll be thinking about doing. So all kinds of neat stuff to do, all kinds of fun to be had this week. Hopefully, this patch has been really fun. A lot of people are saying the same thing as me. The new zone gives them a BC feel, Burning Crusade feel, because it's the ethereals, because it's almost the broken lands like the Outlands. I think a lot of people are getting that kind of feel from it as well. I think a lot of people are having fun with this patch so far, and we'll see how far that lasts, how long that lasts. It'll depend on if the raid's good, if people are having fun pushing Mythic Plus, and all that kind of stuff. But we'll see where it goes. But I'm definitely hyped for the midnight release, 100%. And maybe that'll get me inspired to join a raiding guild again or something like that. For those of you who have already joined the Ret Guild, if I ever join another guild, I will just make another Paladin character and name it like Kneecap GM and be the GM of the guild still on this, and then I'll go raid on this character. And I encourage you all, if you are a Ret Paladin viewer, if you have a Paladin alt, join Retribution Required, or make a Paladin alt to join it, right? Retribution Required, guild, community, and Discord. Retribution Required. You can join that. Feel free to join. I'll accept everybody. If you end up doing something weird, I'll kick you or whatever, but anybody can join. Check it out. Trying to build that group up a little bit there. I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, but I did have the first orange, the highest level on my Patreon. First member do that. It does unlock a lot of, not a lot, but 11 videos so far. I do a video a week for that tier or whatever, and I might end up doing more as well. Like it's not out of the realm that I would do more than that as well. So there's already 11 up there. I kind of do it as like a mini podcast. It's kind of how I do it, but just talk about general WoW topics and gaming topics or whatever. So yeah, that'll be it for this one, guys. Lots of fun to be had hopefully this week. I think everyone's going to be in a good mood unless something's completely broken. So that's it for this one. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe. If you're a subscriber, check out the Patreon that I already mentioned, even if you don't sign up or you sign up for free. Join the guild. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.